we having this catastrophic, instantaneous after just a few hundred years of industrialization? I don't think so. That's me. Yes?
I would say it's more planet deprivation, not global warming that we're causing.
Planet deprivation.
Planet deprivation. That's what we're causing. It's not global warming.
You mean depletion of resources?
But we still have to deal with the issue. I think that's the issue. I think it's regardless of whether we're doing it or not, we still have to deal with the issue.
Yeah,
and the issue is not the question, is not what can we do to quickly change it. That's what it's all about.
And that's why I don't even really get into the global warming debate, because I'm like, you know what, whether we are or not, like personally, I believe we don't know enough about the sun to make a judgment that says, to influence political laws and stuff that force people to live a certain way. I don't think we have enough knowledge yet. Either way, though, we still need to do everything we can to be as sustainable and clean as possible, to live on a clean, green, beautiful world. So irregardless of what the cause is, you know, even, it'd be interesting, if we did implement all of this and we were still going up, then what would the argument be? If the temperatures were still rising, then it would be a solar issue that we were arrogantly ignoring, thinking that we as humans are just the best thing ever, and oh, by the way, all of our bad stuff is destroying the planet. So, you know, there's a lot of ego involved, I think, in that topic. And so, I don't think it's a relevant topic. I think the relevant topic is be clean, do the right thing, as fast as you can possibly do it.
I don't think I gave a lecture actually at a previous conference about the global climate. Not into it, but one thing that I said in it was whether it is the sun or other factors not being affected by humans, or whether it's carbon dioxide, and then the carbon dioxide does have an impact on the environment. That's scientific proven. So by putting carbon dioxide out, you're only making a problem worse. So if it is the sun that's causing the problem, then where you're making the problem worse by taking that carbon dioxide. So even if CO2 isn't the main problem, it's still a contributing factor. So therefore, shouldn't we try and control CO2? Because we can't control the solar system and the sun, but we can control CO2 emissions. So even if it's still only a minor part of the end result, shouldn't we still try to reduce it? Right. We should try to control the variables that we can control. And that's why I still think that CO2 should influence policy, even though it might not be the main thing behind the sun. Well, we'll say in global warming, we'll say hypothetically it is the sun. CO2 isn't the main driving force behind it. That's the only variable we can control. So we should therefore still direct our policies to cutting CO2.
I'll buy that.
My personal take on it.
I'll buy that. And I'd go a step further to say if they're going to enact policies, they should enact policies that don't care about financial costs and just do what's right. Yeah. Good luck having that happen.
Yeah, that's one step at a time, you know.
I'd like to get back to the Venus project. I think the main part, as I see it, is that the person in this abundance world should feel it's enough. So because today our world is based on I should have more than my neighbor, then I'm successful. And here you have exactly the same, and this should be enough. So therefore, I see the main part of this is also should be elaborated educational system. How do you get to this human who is enough with what he has?
And that's a long-term process, yeah. I mean, one of the things that the Venus Project is trying to do is eventually build a test city of about 50,000 people. At least half of it, if maybe not a little more, mainly scientists and engineers, to basically tweak and work out the bugs of all the technical systems. But what we want to do is we want to prove what we're saying. The scientific method is what drives the whole concept of the Venus Project. It's the scientific method for social concern. We apply the scientific method to the invention of our great technologies, but we don't apply that same logic that has been so successful to our social systems. And what is that philosophy? You have an observation, you create a hypothesis or a theory, an idea on how to solve that problem, whatever that observation showed you, and then you do an experiment, get data, and analyze it, and then try to improve. The thing about science is never satisfied with its answers. It's always trying to poke a hole in itself. Talk about a lack of ego. We're always, gravity, We're always trying to punch at it to see if we can break it. Science is always trying to break what it thinks it knows so that it can advance even further. Or if nothing else, it will spend its time constantly reinforcing what it says is true until it breaks. Then it modifies and changes. If we could conduct our society that way, where we observe, we run a hypothesis, we run an experiment, we create a solution set, and then we continue, we don't say, okay, that's good, and walk off. We continue to poke at it to try to make it better. Can you imagine how awesome this world would be if we used the scientific method for social concern? And so that's what we're basically driving at.
He's moving from hoarding to sharing.
Right,
That's what we do now, we hoard. We mustn't hoard anymore, we share.
right. It's tea time, is it not? Yes. Okay.
Way past it.
All right. Does anybody else?